Hello, Steve here. Steve Mills. Great to be back, sharing some more ideas. Now, if you've first time you've ever listened to one of my videos, just to give you a bit of an overview of me, for 28 years now, I've been working with businesses, helping them to grow. I've worked in thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries, not quite all over the world, but in many, many different countries in the world, as well as being focused mainly on the UK. Now, I work with small businesses, with consultants, advisors, and people in the helping industry. Is certainly an area I specialize in, but pretty much I'll work with anybody who wants me is probably the truth. But anyway, here today, I want to talk to you about basically the title of this talk is, if marketing is done effectively, then sales is irrelevant. Now, I don't mean that literally. Of course it's not. The perception in my mind of the difference between sales and marketing is generating leads and sales is converting leads. Now, what I'm really saying is this, that if you're really good, if you create, good quality leads in enough quantities, the value of the lead is good, the quality of the lead in terms of conversion rate is good, and so on and so forth, then really, marketing can do the selling for you, as it does, pretty much online. You go to Amazon, they don't, call you up and ask you to, help, if you want to buy something. They sell online, as do many businesses, and mine included. So whilst I'm not in any way decrying salespeople or the importance of making sales calls and being good at selling, you should be doing training in selling on a regular basis. Let me, really get that through to you. What I'm saying is that with marketing, if you can do it really well, if you can be what I call outstanding, by standing out, if you can stand out to become at a level called outstanding, then almost it sells itself. So how do you do that? Well, the truth of marketing is this, and I heard this many, many years ago. It was taught to me by a guy called Jay Abraham. Now, if you don't know of Jay's pretty much acknowledged as, I don't know, the world's leading marketing expert, certainly one of them these days. I think, he's, there are many people who could potentially claim that, but he's certainly someone who I highly respect, is very, very knowledgeable. I think he charges something like £25,000, or probably dollars, actually, is American, $25,000 an hour as a consultant. So, he's a little bit more expensive than me, let's put it that way. He's very, very, very clever, very astute, very intelligent guy. And he says that the marketing you do, and listen to this carefully, the marketing you do has no correlation to the results that you achieve. I'll say it again. The marketing you do has no correlation to the results that you achieve. And what Jay meant by that, and what I mean by it, is that, you can do Facebook advertising, or you can do LinkedIn marketing, or you can do SEO, or you can do any form of marketing, and the amount of money or effort in terms of time that you put in, the rewards that you get can vary enormously. So I'll give you a simple example. I can get on the phone and make 100 calls today. I'm just calling people I know, people on LinkedIn, customers, past customers, and so on. Not cold calling, I don't like doing that. So I'm calling people right now for the day. At the end of the day, I look back on my numbers and I say I've called 100 people. I've perhaps spoken to 40 of them. I've got, let's say, 5 meetings as a result of that. And as a result of those meetings, I'm probably going to sell 2. So 100 calls equals 2 sales. And if those sales are, I don't know, 10 grand each, I'm happy. £20,000 for a day's work. That's got to be a good way to make a living. So the question is, how could that be improved? What could you do to improve that? Well, firstly, instead of making 100 calls, you could make 200 calls possibly. That would potentially double the amount of business from 2 to 4. But let's see if there's an easier way. What could we do to improve? Well, firstly, we could improve our targeting. You know, is it better to call our current customers or our past customers or the people we met at an exhibition last week or the people we're connected to on LinkedIn? Who would they be? Which of those 4 groups would be best? The truth is we don't know, but we test different elements of what we're doing to try to improve the performance. Does that make sense? So that's one thing you could do. The second thing you could do is try saying something different. You know, if you just go, oh, hi, my name's Steve Mills. I do, help people grow their business. I'd like to offer you a free meeting. Would that be of interest? That's one thing you could say, and that might work. You know, it's a bit direct and it's a bit sort of, straight to the point. But, some people will say yes to that, I'm sure. And but there's other things you could say. Think about what you could say that is different, that could test that script. We know that script, let's say that's the script I use. We know that creates, for every 100 calls, it creates 5 meetings. So the question is, what do I need to say differently to get it to create 10 meetings, 15 meetings? Do you get me? Yeah, because you could probably do that. Now, some of the people might say, well, do you know what, Steve? I'm really busy. Give me a call in a couple of months. Have you heard that before? And that's, sometimes code words for sod off, Steve. Sometimes it's genuine, but sometimes it's, rather people are nice, I think. Rather than saying go away, they'll say give me a call in a couple of months, and then you can never get hold of them. And I'm sure you've been there. So you've got to be good at overcoming that. In other words, you've got to think about the objections you get. We don't have a budget. We've already got someone. We're really busy right now, and so on and so forth. We can't afford it. We don't need it. All those objections to meeting you. We need to have a really good professional answer to. When somebody says, I'm not available. What is it you're going to say? Obviously, when are you available? But you understand my meaning. If they say, well, can we do this in 2 months' time because we're really busy right now? You got to have an answer to that. Okay, so think about each and every element, and the same applies to everything else. If it's on LinkedIn, if it's your website, your search, if you take search engine optimization, and I said to you on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being awful, 5 being average, 10 being world class, where would you rate yourself right now? How good are you at that? If you're like most of the business owners that I speak to, I'm like talking in blah, blah, blah language because they don't understand search engine optimization at all. Now, I'll be really honest with you. Search engine optimization ain't that difficult. I could teach it to you in, I don't know, half an hour. Now, I'm not saying you'd be a search engine expert stroke guru, but I could teach you enough so that you could have an effect on your website. Does that make sense? And that's really all you need to do. You need to know what to do to get yourself into an appropriate place on the search engine so you get found. Because believe me, there are people out there today searching for you on Google and finding somebody else. Now, you don't want that. You want them to find your website. And yet so many of the small business owners that I meet and talk to and network with tell me, I don't understand search engine optimization. and it is costing them and you money. So that's really my message. Have a look at each and every element of your marketing and work out how you can do that better. Now, I've spent, as I've already said, 28 years finding out what works, what doesn't work, and making all the mistakes and so on. And I'd love to help you. You know, I'm happy to help you in a free 30-minute meeting. I can, you know, take the first step if you'd like to do that. But I'd also love to have you on my results mastery program. You work with me on a 12-month program to help you take your business from where it is now to where you really want it to be, which is much more successful. I assume that's the case based on the fact that you're still listening to this. And if you do want to do that, then the thing to do would be to go to my website, which you can see on my wall behind me, on my prison wall. Somebody suggested that you know, that's a prison wall. It's not, honestly. You know, go to my website and you'll see various gold buttons. Click on one of those that says book a meeting with me using my online diary at a time that's convenient for you, and let's have a chat. You know, there'll be no obligation, no hard sell. You know, I'll genuinely help you on that call with your business. So that's my offer. I think it's too good not to take. I hope you think the same, and I look forward to speaking to you in due course. Oh, by the way, don't forget to connect to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click the bell in the corner. What that means is every time I do a new video like this one, providing you with advice and information, you'll get notified. Thanks very much.